Hi everyone, my name is Zach, and along with me I have Heidi, Joe, and Sammy. We are Team 8, and today we're going to discuss Wuxi AppTech and Wuxi Biologics. For some background on the company, established in 2000, Wuxi AppTech is a multinational organization and operates an integrated and global portfolio within pharmaceuticals, biopharmaceuticals, and medical devices. Wuxi Biologics was created in 2008 as a business unit of Wuxi AppTech that specializes in the biologic industry. As can be seen in the slides, Wuxi AppTech's mission statement provides a higher level look at what they look to do. To continue strengthening our open access capability and technology platform to enable anyone and any company to discover and develop pharmaceuticals and healthcare products to benefit patients. In addition, the company has also provided their dream as every drug can be made and every disease can be treated. Powerful statement as they strive to partner with companies worldwide to try every day to make this happen. On the right summarizes the organization's values, which primarily focus on maintaining a high standard of integrity as well as collaborating with others to pursue the right solution. At the top of this list is put customers first, where Wuxi AppTech strives to win customer loyalty with a 100% retention rate by exceeding the customer's expectations and maximizing the value of our customer, as they would say. As we shift towards looking at the organizational resources and capabilities, here are just a few items that help provide company value. With nearly 14,000 employees across the world, Wuxi AppTech is able to successfully operate R&D facilities and laboratories worldwide, which include locations in China, US, Europe, and Israel. The second point is Wuxi AppTech leverages open source, open access capability and technology platform to find the most cost-effective solutions. The last point is Wuxi AppTech focuses on partnering with its stakeholders and customers to find new ways of developing affordable therapies and products that ultimately improve patients' lives. Together, these allow the organization to operate with a global presence in their industry to help find solutions that work across multiple markets. In reviewing Porter's 5 forces as it applies to Wuxi AppTech and its industry, I specifically want to call out supplier power and buyer power. For supplier power, Wuxi AppTech has created a new business segment called Lab Network that provides organizations an e-commerce platform and connecting buyers and sellers specifically for any type of supplies. This has allowed Wuxi AppTech to potentially begin the process of partially integrating or vertically integrating within their supply chain. The next is buyer power. And me personally, I've worked for an organization that partnered with Wuxi AppTech services and could see that switching costs could be difficult due to the uniqueness of the service. While this is just one perspective, the resources and knowledge they present can provide a specialized service.
Wuxi Biologic is part of the growing biologic market. What are biologics? Biological products include a wide range of products such as vaccines, blood and blood components, allergenic, somatic cells, gene therapy, tissues, and recombinant therapeutic proteins. Biological products often represent the cutting edge of biomedical research and in time may offer the most effective means to treat a variety of medical illnesses and conditions that presently have no other treatment available. Wuxi Biologics breaks their services into 8 main categories. They can do anything from the discovery of drugs all the way to the manufacturing. They think of themselves as a one-stop shop for drug manufacturing. They were the first biologic producing facility in China that met current good manufacturing practice standards from the US, the European Union, and China. This is important because Western manufacturers were hesitant to produce in China due to fears of quality standards. They produce drugs from anywhere from HIV patients, oncology patients, to rheumatoid arthritis.
Wuxi AppTech is a global company. We wanted to share with you some information about their global expansion. Wuxi as a company itself was formed in the year 2000. In 2007, they listed themselves on the New York Stock Exchange and went public after a successful IPO raised $185 million. In 2008, they had their first major acquisition of a US-based company, which was AppTech. And this acquisition allowed Wuxi to obtain biologics capabilities as well as expertise, and they gained a significant US operational footprint, which allowed it to expand its customer base and addressable market size. The combined business operations of Wuxi and AppTech in both the US and China enabled Wuxi to provide a full service suite of outsourced chemistry and biology services to global pharmaceutical, biotechnology, and medical device clients. In 2008, this was also the year, as was mentioned earlier, that Wuxi Biological was formed as an affiliate company to Wuxi AppTech. In 2011, they acquired a China and US-based company called Abgent, and the acquisition of Abgent was just a logical extension of their successful business model. It brought to Wuxi new product lines of biological research, regions for drug discovery, and basic research to expand their service offering to their existing customers and to new customers in the life science research community. 2011 also saw the acquisition of Medkey and Jisheng, and according to their CEO, Dr. Ji Li, Wuxi's acquisition of Medkey Jisheng continues their strategy to build an integrated platform of R&D services that will allow anyone and any company to discover and develop drugs more efficiently and cost effectively for their patients. This acquisition provides Wuxi an existing clinical development service capability and infrastructure that Wuxi will expand and strengthen to serve our customers' growing clinical development needs in the fast-growing Chinese healthcare market. They continued acquisitions in 2014 with the purchase of Xenobiotic Laboratories. This was an expansion again into the US, and this acquisition bolstered their bioanalytical and DMPK ADM capabilities, in particular in studies of radiolabeled compounds. The acquisition also further strengthened their interactions with North American customers and provided greater flexibility and service support options for those customers. It was an important step in the development of a comprehensive integrated platform of R&D services to help Wuxi customers discover and develop drugs more efficiently and cost effectively. 2015 brought the acquisition of NextCode Health, which represented an important step forward in Wuxi's development. For the first 14 years of their history, Wuxi had really served companies in the worldwide pharmaceutical, biotechnology, and medical device industries as they discovered and developed new healthcare products. The acquisition of NextCode Health enabled Wuxi to broaden its customer base to doctors and patients, which was very important for Wuxi's vision to enable anyone and any company to discover and develop healthcare products and services to benefit patients. In 2015, the company took an interesting move. They actually removed themselves from the New York Stock Exchange and went private. And to share with you, if you remember, the initial IPO in 2008 had been 180 million when they went public on the New York Stock Exchange. To go private in 2015, it actually cost $3.3 billion. So I think that reflects how rapidly they grew with their acquisitions and expansions over the previous 8 years. And the reason that they did this is that they felt the management team as a privately owned entity could focus more on improving the company's long-term financial performance. 2016 brought another acquisition, this time of a company called Krelux, which is actually based in Germany. And the addition of this company provided augmented scientific depth and complements the existing capabilities within the Wuxi structure-based drug discovery platform. And it also represented a further step in the growing European presence of Wuxi AppTech and reaffirms their strong commitment to better serving and interacting with their European customers. It also provided a solid foundation for Wuxi to expand its integrated drug discovery services within Europe. They're continuing to expand. 2017, earlier this year, they purchased a company called HD Biosciences, which is headquartered in Shanghai. And this acquisition will further strengthen their R&D capability from target validation to lead discovery and optimization, improving and expanding their open access enabling services platform. Also in July of 2017, earlier this year, Wuxi Biologics filed a draft listing application to the Hong Kong Exchange. They are looking to take just that portion of the business, that affiliate I should call it, Wuxi Biologics, public, and that initial IPO is expected to be valued somewhere in the range of $1.5 billion. That whole process could potentially take 2 to 3 years, but the regulatory agency in China is speeding up evaluation for IPOs. Being a global company, there are global market challenges. There was an ebook released just this month by Millipore Sigma and Fierce Markets Custom Publishing titled Know What You Don't Know, The Key to Unlocking Foreign Pharmaceutical Markets. And in this report, or in this ebook, they cite a report that states global pharmaceutical sales are expected to reach $1.3 trillion by the end of 2018. And China by itself is forecasted to have drug sales hit $166 billion in 2017. And that's a large market that Wuxi AppTech and through its affiliates such as Wuxi Biologic are uniquely positioned to capitalize. The ebook further identifies infrastructure, regulatory, market access, and intellectual property as the most common challenges faced. These are things that Wuxi has to work around as they expand outward, but also they're uniquely positioned to help companies come into China, which is something that they are looking to do. China has the world's largest population. It's the second largest economy. It's the third largest healthcare market. And companies are evaluating how to address China's unmet medical needs. And Wuxi can provide unprecedented regulatory and technical support for any organization looking to enter clinical trials or to market its biotherapeutic in China. A recent example of a partnership is between Wuxi and a company called MedImmune. The two companies worked together to develop a new drug to treat rheumatoid arthritis. And in January of this year, the China Food and Drug Administration approved the drug to enter clinical trials in China. And this is actually a pretty big milestone in that it represents the first approval of Biologic CTP for a joint multinational local company venture in China. So not only is Wuxi attempting to branch out into other markets through acquisitions, they're also doing a lot with joint ventures and partnerships to bring other companies into China. And with their established base there, they're able to help those companies come in and navigate the infrastructure, regulatory, market access, and intellectual property concerns that they might have.
All right, so let's talk about the background of this company. Now, this company is now very multinational. At one point, though, it was just Chinese. And to understand this company, you're going to have to understand the culture of China and Chinese medicine. Now, up until a couple of years ago, the traditional way of doing medicine in China was the communist regime was basically controlling all the hospitals, and there were very few private firms. In China, you got to understand, they have something called traditional Chinese medicine. And that's kind of this thousands of year tradition of, very biological things like herbs and animal parts. And a lot of these things were, just passed down by lineage. And the doctors actually practiced this. Now, in healthcare during the last several years before this transition, a lot of the only workers were covered, and they were covered by enterprises. After a while, the Chinese government decided that's not going to be an effective method, but they did still want to hold on to their traditional Chinese medicine, methods. Now this traditional Chinese medicine is not very well researched or documented or proven yet, but it's still very highly used in China and actually quickly growing around the whole entire world. In the 1950s, the Chinese government actually promoted this system and formed a systemized traditional Chinese, medicine program. Now, with the medical sector in China these days is under some serious reform. They are now encouraged to not just be government owned, but open up their own private firms. And their doctors are all trained under British level medical training. And the state insurance plan used to be just for workers, and they cover everything. Now they're really refining that. They're only having certain drugs on that list of things that the government will cover for their workers in China. Because that list only has a few hundred drugs on it, there is a very important reason for this company that we're talking about to exist. Because if they're not on that list, at the end of the day, they can't really use their drug in the market. So this company takes it from conception and passes it all the way through and gets it approved for you, not only in China, but also Western medicine, which China is also starting to use. Now, this does not cover farmers or any other part of the Chinese society other than the workers. But it's still very important for the people to get this on the list.